So, Finlogix, an empowered community of smart traders. Before I tell you all the features and benefits of Finlogix, I'd like to tell you about a story. And this story involves a finance professional you're all very familiar with. Back in 2009, this person caught the bug. Which bug? It was the trading bug. You know, the one where you're supposed to turn a small amount of money into a large amount of money trading the global financial markets. Many of you sitting here tonight will remember the exact time you caught the bug as well. Back then, this person was trading the ASX 300 stocks, and he was a member of one of the most popular trading forums at the time. And as you know, trading forums are rife with tips, punts, and rumours. Now, no one here in the audience tonight has ever tried to get any financial gain from tips or rumours, have they? Back then, that person did in fact get onto some rumours which went the wrong way, and that's when he thought there has to be a better way. And it was the first seeds of Finlogix were started. By now, many of you will know that I'm actually talking about Jimmy Yee. Jimmy Yee is the founder of Finlogix, and he had very clear visions when he was starting it. Number one, he wanted to help traders get found. And I'm going to share with you a couple of stories about traders getting found as I go through the presentation tonight and the impact it has had on their life. Number two, Finlogix is there for us to create our own investment community of smart traders so we can reach our financial goals. And number three, for those that have financial websites or if you're a media site, to have a suite of financial tools that can really boost the power of your website. My name is Ashley Jessen. I'm Head of Marketing at ACY Securities and Finlogix, and it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you and help launch Finlogix. Now, the very idea of Finlogix started back in 2011, but it wasn't until 2016 that Jimmy started forming the company and actually building the team behind it. By 2017, production was well underway. By 2018, the team actually found a couple of ways that weren't going to work in the marketplace, and so Jimmy scrapped the project and decided to start from scratch. By late 2018, development was well underway again, and by early 2019, beta testing was on. A couple of months later, live testing, and tonight is the official launch of Finlogix. Okay, now as you can appreciate, a project of this stature takes a lot of people, and I'm very excited to be able to introduce you to the full team behind Finlogix. Now, you want to recognise many of them are sitting in the audience here today, and I do encourage you to go up and say hello when you get a chance, because these are the quiet achievers, the people that are coding it and putting the development and all the technology together. Could you please join me in giving them a round of applause for getting it to here? And when I say they are the quiet achievers, they really are, and seriously go up and say hello to them. They're great people as well, of course. When Jimmy first had that vision, he did realise that there were a couple of problems with traders, and that is, trading for starters is very lonely. It's a very isolating experience. And secondly, it's very hard to get found as a trader. But when you do get found, it can be absolutely life-changing, and I will share a couple of those stories. First of all, I want to take you back to the 1980s about how it is possible to get found back then. Technology's changed nowadays, but back then we had a gentleman by the name of Richard Dennis. Richard Dennis turned a small amount of money into $200 million over 10 years speculating in the futures market. Not too bad. Back then in 1983 and 1984, he actually formed the Turtle Trading Company with a gentleman, Bill Eckhart, who was a PhD in mathematics. But he was on holidays in Singapore and he went to a turtle breeding farm. And guess what? They breed turtles there. Isn't that a funny thing? He thought to himself, well, you know what? I want to breed traders, and I believe I can. So he went back to the United States and he decided to breed some traders, so to speak. And it's the most famous turtle experiment for traders. If you haven't heard the story, definitely get involved and read about it. It's quite interesting. So in 1983 and 1984, he put this ad in the paper, and he was looking for traders, but they didn't need trading experience. And he found a group of traders. The first batch of turtle traders, so to speak, was 1983, second batch in 1984, and by the late 1980s, 8 of the top 20 funds in America were original turtle traders. So let's just think about that. They went from obscurity, just off the street, literally, no trading background, and they launched their trading career and became famous in terms of what they were able to do with trading other people's money. And that's the vision that Jimmy has with Finlogix. It's to be able to help traders get found and get that notoriety and success. So, what does it mean to get found? Well, back in just last year, 2018, the top 10 incomes of the top 10 hedge fund managers was a combined $7.7 billion. That's billion with a B. The top performing hedge fund manager was Jim Simons, and he took home $1.6 billion in income, just salary, from 2018 alone. That's his boat, Archimedes. He's got a lot of his mansions. He's got a lot of wealth, as you can probably appreciate. Now, he has a company called Renaissance Technologies. They have over 300 staff, and a lot of them are PhDs, and he does extremely well from a trading point of view, as you can imagine. But I want to relate a story about the second highest income earner last year, and that was Ray Dalio. And the reason I bring that up is because many of you have probably read his book, Principles. It's a #1 New York Times bestseller, and it's the #1 business book on Amazon for 2018 as well. How many of you have read that book? Great, it's a fantastic book. So Ray Dalio only was able to manage $1.26 billion in income, but I hear he's getting by okay. So his net wealth is around $18 billion. And what I want to impress upon you is that these people were nothing before they got found as traders, and it has completely changed their life. Because like every business, Ray Dalio did have a couple of hiccups when he was first starting out. And he had to sack his main employee and start from scratch and build it to what you see today. Bridgewater Associates was started in 1975, and it became the largest hedge fund in the world. So in terms of this wealth, obviously we talk about a lot of fast cars, mansions, holidays and helicopters and that type of thing. And we do wonder what they do with their wealth. And there are some great things. Speaking of helicopters, I do believe Jim Simons from Renaissance Technology does take a helicopter to work. We're not quite at that stage. But they do spend a lot of money working with charities, and Ray Dalio has the Dalio Philanthropy Fund, and he has already given away $5 billion to date. So when it comes to trading, if you get it right, you can actually have a very positive impact on society. So, how do you get found as a trader? Well, there's a couple of ways. One way, you could be part of a wealthy family and you could have some wealthy friends. That would be nice. You might graduate in the top 1% of universities and be headhunted and move down that track. And another very popular way are trading competitions. And I want to spend a little bit of time going through what it means to some of those people who have been found in trading competitions. Now, the longest running trading competition in the world is the World Cup Championship of Futures Trading. Now, it started in 1983 and is still going to today, and it's a 12-month long trading competition with real money, of course. And I want to tell you about a gentleman, Larry Williams. Some of you may already know him, especially if you come from the trading arena. Larry Williams made the world record, or the record percentage gain in this competition. He made 11,000% in 1 year trading his account. He turned $10,000 into $1.1 million in 12 months. That's not too bad, is it? So he won it in 1987, and no one has ever come close to that record. It's really quite staggering. Now, I have another person I'd like to share with you, and this person's name is Michelle Williams. Just so happens to have a very similar surname, right? Well, in 1997, she actually entered the competition as an 18-year-old, and she went on to win, and she made 1,000%, which is the third highest return in the competition as well. So from 1983 to today, that's still the third highest return. Well, Michelle is Larry's daughter. I don't know what you were doing as an 18-year-old, but you probably weren't winning the World Cup Trading Championship. Larry Williams went from obscurity to winning the competition. That launched his trading career and his trading business. He then taught his daughter. So do you think he has the skills to teach other people? Absolutely. And the story behind that is he actually runs his training courses and he trades his live account and gives away the money to the participants. And in one of the courses, he made $200,000 on his account and shared it equally among the people that were in the group. I was not in that group. Okay, so now we're getting to the trading competitions, and this is where I get very excited because there's a lot about Jimmy Yee tonight, and Jimmy Yee invented this competition as well, and it's the most successful trading competition in Asia. It's called the Asia Trading Cup. And I get excited because there's $150,000 in prize money with $84,000 US going to the first place getter. I'll tell you why I'm excited about it. It's the most unique competition you'll come across. It is what we call the UFC of trading. That's right, it's a live trading pit. These people are trading against each other in a live trading pit similar to the UFC. They're battling it out and they only have 1 hour to out-trade each other to win $84,000. There's hundreds of people in the audience watching them and it's telecast live and streamed around the world to tens of thousands of people. So there's not a lot of pressure, right? The reason this is different is because to get into the final, you need to win or place in one of the 3 preliminary finals leading up to that. They're month-long competitions, 3 of them in a row, to get into the final. Now, the final, as I said, it's so unique. It's based over 1 hour, and it's on the most exciting Forex release of all, the US non-farm payroll data release. It's a US unemployment data. When that release hits, the markets go volatile. You probably already know that. Many of you already have probably traded around that and sworn never to trade the non-farm payroll release again for obvious reasons. It is very volatile and it is very life-changing. So we have Mr. Yu there. Mr. Yu did in fact win the 84,000 US first prize. And again, I ask you, do you think that changed his life? Absolutely. The guy was absolutely blown away. He made 29% in 1 hour to beat those fellow competitors. Second place did all right, 24,000, and third place got 12,000 US dollars. So getting found in trading competitions can be a pretty life-changing event. I'll show you one more story, and this one's a local Aussie trader who entered a trading competition in 2007, and it was a 100,000 winner-take-all live trading competition. It was run over 9 weeks, and this gentleman didn't actually win it. He came 6th and did very well, but it's what happened next. A fund reached out to him and asked him to manage their $10 million fund. Do you think that could be life-changing? Of course it is. So Jimmy's vision is to help traders get found. That's the number one passion behind Finlogix, to create that group of traders that can get found. And the good news is, the second part of Jimmy's vision is for you and I to build our investment team. So we can build our community of traders and we can tap into that skill set. Now, obviously, they're doing something right if they're making 29% in an hour or 180% in 9 weeks. And the beauty of Finlogix is that's a community that we can tap into and we can leverage their skill set. Our very own Russell Sanderford, who Tim, is on his gold call. Say no more. Russell's one of the analysts and he's putting out analysis every single day, as are many other analysts, and we can tap into their skill set. Russell is dedicated to the markets. That's his life. Every single day, Russell is looking at the markets. So we can tap into that. But remember we were saying in the forums, there's tips, there's rumours, and we can get led astray. Jimmy's vision was to have a transparent environment where we don't have those tips and rumours, and that's what Finlogix is about, and I'll tell you why and how that is in just a couple of slides. But first of all, again, feel free to dance along, or if we have the other dancers, I have a video that Dave and the team have put together, and it goes for about a minute. just going into the platform itself, Finlogix is a full HTML5 charting platform. You've got all your indicators, you've got all your tools, your charting options. There's over 30 indicators, and you can view the Forex, indices, commodities, and cryptocurrency markets. This is where you can build your trading community with the live analysis. You can go in there and you can view the analysis of the people like Russell and the team of traders who are in there. This is a social trading platform. We're looking for other analysts who would like to get found so they can put their analysis in there as well. Now, does anyone know who the best trader in the world is, who the best investor in the world is? Is it Warren Buffett? Did I hear Russell? Jeez, Russell. Tim yelled out Russell again. Russell is onto something. No, the best trader in the world is Harry Hindsight. You may have heard of him. Now, the problem with this lack of transparency in the things like forums and the tips and rumours is we all are the best traders in hindsight, right? We would have bought low, we would have bought high, we would have made a bundle of money. But the reality is real-time traders like Russell, very popular tonight. You've got to trade on the right-hand side of the chart. You've got to trade in today. And that's the transparency that Jimmy's built into this platform. You can go in, you click on the analysis, and you open it up, and they have already made the trade or outlined the trade before the trade happened. Entry, exit, and that take profit level are already set in place. You can go back in time and view every single analysis and you can view exactly the reasons behind their trade and whether the trade was a win, lose, or draw, and you can see exactly what is going on. So that's that transparency that Jimmy and the team were after, and we're very proud to release something like this. We have a very fast economic calendar, one of the fastest in the world because obviously Forex trading requires speed, and we have our own ranking algorithm enabling you to shortcut the time it takes to find your favourite analyst to be able to build your investment team and hopefully reach your financial goals. Did I mention this is all totally free? I did just now. It is all totally free, and obviously this is a social platform, so that's the whole idea of it, to get involved and put your analysis on there. Now, the third part of Jimmy's vision was very simple. For those who own a financial site, a blog, a podcasting channel, if you would like some cutting-edge financial tools to place on your website, HTML5 charting, or all the widgets that you see there, you can do that. It's very simple to add those. Now, before I go down and go back and sit down, I just want to tell you about some of the releases that are coming up and the exciting things that Finlogix has planned. The first one is the ability to trade from the charts. Now, you might have seen there were some buy and sell buttons at the top right on the charts, because I know you were looking and paying attention. You will be able to trade live from the charts, and this will be a fully featured charting platform that you can trade into. We'll be looking to introduce stocks from the exchanges around the world, so you'll be able to trade stocks, and we'll be able to backtest our strategies using simple language. So you can tell that, just basically type it in simple language, exactly what you want, backtest it, and that leads us to the fourth point, because if that strategy has an edge and it has worked, then you can automate your trading. So it's very exciting what's coming out. So if you are a trader or you know a trader who is looking to get found and they're good at what they do, Finlogix. If you are looking to build your investment community and your investment team, Finlogix. And if you're a financial website owner, podcast channel, or media site and you'd like some financial widgets, Finlogix. No matter who you are or where you are, would love you to be part of our journey. Thank you.